Okay, so continuing where we left off, we're talking about some real world applications for Charles' law. So a balloon, for example, if you blow up the balloon inside a warm building and then take it outside where it's cold, like about now when it's a cold season, then of course it'll shrink. As well as if you if it's a really hot day, because what will happen is the gas inside the balloon will expand and the balloon can burst. Now, how is this important for humans? This is in terms of lung capacity, all right? The air or inside the lungs are going to contract in cold weather. So the lung capacity decreases. That means there's less oxygen. So if you're a runner or an athlete, then it gets harder to perform in cold weather because there's less oxygen available for breathing. So then it's a lot easier to run in warm weather when the lung capacity is more. And Charles' law, along with some other laws, some other gas laws, are important in baking, because what happens is with the fermentation that happens through the yeast that is added to the dough, carbon dioxide is the gas that is formed through this fermentation process. And what will happen to carbon dioxide gas? The heat from that baking process will make the gas expand, and which is why the dough then rises. Okay, so that's a real world example. Another example would be the combustion that takes place in the engines of cars. The heat of that combustion, heat of the burning of the fuel, causes the cylinder to expand, and this will then push a piston which turns the crankshaft, the gear shaft, and so the car then is able to move forward. All right. And those are some of the applications of Charles' law. Again, you might find other examples. As I said, the more originality you show in the things that you find out and are able to apply it, especially apply the content to something that might be useful for you in your future as a nurse. For example, again, that's what I'm looking for, is for you to draw those real world applications and usefulness of this content that you're learning in your future profession. And that's the end of the discussion on Charles' law.